All right. Well, welcome to the training. I'm really excited to be sharing with some information with you, I think, that can really help you actually build your business and have success. And so today I'm going to talk about the idea of, is product sampling effective or a complete waste of time? So you may have asked yourself this question before. I'm going to be talking about that today, including the power of sampling and some do's and don'ts as well. So again, have you ever wondered if product sampling truly is effective, or is it just a waste of your money and your waste of your time? So, I mean, you tell yourself, we have amazing products, right? So now for me, I believe that there is a place and time for product sampling. So in today's training, again, I'm going to share with you the power behind sampling, how not to break the bank, and a few do's and don'ts as well. So what you first want to think about is, what do you need to consider before sampling any of your products, right? Well, the first thing that you might want to consider is, before offering a sample, maybe attempt an approach that may actually result in a sale. And what I mean by this, and I'm using an example, is, hey, listen, Joe, if you wanted to try the products, that's awesome. We actually have a 30-day money back guarantee. So what if you try out the product by grabbing a 30-day supply, and if for some reason you are completely unhappy with it or just all out hate it, all right, no hard feelings or money lost, simply ask for the refund back from the company. Would that work for you? All right, so again, this is a way to potentially get a sale, have the person try the product. Again, if they like it, the hope is obviously that they're going to continue to order. But this is also a way to let them know that they're not out anything by simply trying the product first before maybe you handing them a sample, all right? The next thing that you want to consider is, be strategic with the products that you're going to choose to sample. And what I mean by this is, one, you want to share products with people that they're going to be able to have an experience or get a result from within the small amount of time in which you may be giving the sample. Maybe your sample's only a couple days, maybe it's a 1-day supply, but you want to think about the effects that that person can feel within that short period of time frame, all right? You don't want to be setting yourself up for failure on this one. The second one is, the product should be the most popular selling in your company, right? Or it's a targeted product for the one who is consuming the product. So if you're focused on the products that are your company's top sellers, that's probably going to be your best bet. All right. And then another little bonus that I wanted you to consider before you start sampling is, maybe you consider using the samples as its own promotional marketing. And what I mean by that is, maybe you know someone of influence, right? Maybe someone who has a large audience, and it doesn't necessarily have to be social media. Maybe it's within business and they have a large network, but they can actually recommend your product to their fans and followers by leveraging those samples. And in those instances, sampling actually could be seen as an incredible investment versus an expense for your business. So now that we've talked about some of the things that you want to consider before doing sample, what products are best for sampling? Well, for us here at LifeVantage, in our opinion, the Protandim Tri-Synergizer and our Axio Smart Energy are the two products that are our go-tos when it comes to sampling. The Protandim Tri-Synergizer recently was rebranded. They came out with some incredible packaging. And the reason why we're talking about the Tri-Synergizer is because the studies have proven that by taking all three Protandim products together, they have an amplified effect. Therefore, most individuals are feeling some sort of positive experience within a 3 to 5 day period of trying this product, right? Now, again, note that we're not recommending Nerf 2, Nerf 1, or NRD by itself. It doesn't mean that you can't sample these products, but the likelihood of individuals experiencing something within a short enough period of time, especially if you're sampling in which they're going to consider purchasing, may not be there. All right, so the Protandim Tri-Synergizer is a fantastic product to sample. Product number 2 is our Axio Energy, our Smart Energy, is what we call our brain food. Again, these come in convenient little packets, and because of the variety of flavors, people can taste and feel the different effects, both decaf and non-decaf. I love these. For me, I bring Axio everywhere I go. I throw extra bags in my gym bag. I throw them in the car. I throw them in my purse, wherever I'm out and about. Let people see you mixing it up. If you go out to a restaurant, dump it into your glass of water. Let the waitress or waiter see you dumping it in there. If you're sitting at your kid's sports game, what better opportunity than to pique some curiosity and pour some stuff in your water? You'd be surprised how many people may lean over and ask you, what is that? Just tell them, hey, I'm getting my boost of energy. I need my brain food. I need some extra focus. All right, I got to pay attention to the game. Whatever it is, use these as ways to pique curiosity. But the Protandim Tri-Synergizer and Axio currently are the two products that we would recommend here as a LifeVantage distributor. Now, the next thing you may be asking yourself is, do you charge for samples? Now, this is something that people have a tendency to go back and forth on. So here's the thing. If it is costing you money to purchase the products that you're sampling, then you may want to consider charging a few dollars and or be mindful when you're handing out the samples, right? You don't just want to be throwing out samples to everybody, especially if you're paying for them. You'd be surprised, though, at how many people are actually willing to drop a small amount of money into a sample, and they're actually going to be more serious about not only trying it, but also more serious as a prospect. Again, you're qualifying the individuals who are wanting to use your product. So remember, some people may simply try to get as many different samples as they can get from different companies. So it is a good idea to qualify them through conversation or potentially by charging. So what I did was I shared two examples for you. If you were to consider charging for the Tri-Synergizer, all right, one bottle, which is a 30-day supply, comes out to about $4.26 a day. A 3-day sample is around $12.80, or $12 if you want to just keep it clean or round down. And a 5-day sample is around $21.30 or $20 to keep it clean. So depending upon the size of the sample that you're offering, you may want to charge $12 or you may want to charge $20, or anything less than that, even if you want to just have them cover the shipping costs. Again, you are in complete control of your business, so it's up to you to decide what's best for you and the people that you're having conversations with. Now, Axio also is another great way to sample, and again, it's a little less as far as the cost that's associated, or investment, if you will. Axio costs $50.99. So 30 packets, it runs you about $1.69 a packet, all right? A 3-packet sample is $5.07, all right, or $5. $5 gives them 3 amazing flavors that they can try and to be able to taste right away. Or you can do a 5-packet sample for $8.45, or again, $8 in order to keep it clean. So there you have it, our Protandim Tri-Synergizer and our Axio. Now, we've talked about so much the things that you should maybe consider when you're going to do a sample, and we've also talked about whether or not you should or shouldn't charge. Now, what we're going to talk about is some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to sampling, because believe it or not, again, we don't want you breaking the bank or going about it the wrong way. So things that you don't want to do when you're sampling is, do not send a sample to someone who didn't agree to get one in the first place. All right, so for example, if you don't say something like, I'll just drop a sample in the mail for you to try. Don't assume. People like being asked permission. It's basic psychology. We want to know that we have a choice, that we have an option. So make sure that you're asking if they're open to trying the product should you send them a sample, all right? And then don't share a sample with the expectation that they're going to buy. And this is the really most important point. You want to divorce yourself from the outcome. Just because you give them a sample doesn't mean they owe you anything. They do not need to buy from you. You are simply giving them an opportunity to try out some of the amazing products that you have to offer. Now, do we hope that they'll eventually purchase? Absolutely, and that they'll become a loyal customer. But again, they do not owe you anything, so divorce yourself from the expectation that they will buy. Now, some of the things that you do want to do and keep in mind when you're sampling is include your contact information and website. Whether they know you not personally or they've been a lifelong friend or a family member, don't ever take for granted not having your information with the sample. So we're talking about your name, your phone number, an email, as well as your website on where they can go to directly purchase it themselves if they don't want to reach out to you. you want to give them options, right? Now, number two, you do want to make it about them. So again, when you're offering a sample, you're offering samples specific to the things that they said that they're looking to get a benefit for, all right? When it comes from a health perspective, make the sample an experience about them, not so much what you may get out of them purchasing, should they choose to do so. And again, number three, you want to make sure that you're setting the right expectations with sampling, all right? What they may or may not feel. We certainly don't want someone to go ahead and think that whatever it is that they have going on health-wise may be gone in just a couple days by simply taking your product. We want to set the right expectations and be realistic. And then last but not least, when you are going to do a sample, follow up. You want to make sure that you're following up before, during, and after the sampling process. If you're not going to follow up with someone to find out what their experience was, what they liked most, and if they see themselves becoming a customer of yours, then don't share the sample in the first place, right? It's just a waste of your money, a waste of your time, as well as the person that you're reaching out to. People want to be led, all right? They don't know what the process is, and so they're looking for you to guide them through that decision-making process, especially within that first 24 to 48 hours after giving them that sample. So again, you want to make sure that you follow up, all right? So those are some do's and don'ts of sampling. So if you take everything that we just talked about, I wanted to provide for you, what does it all mean? What is a step-by-step when it comes to sampling? What are the things that you want to make sure that you do with each person that you are providing a sample to? Step number one, obviously ask if they're open, right? We talked about that. See if they're open to taking a product and giving you their feedback on it, all right? Step number two, share a product or video when you give them the sample. So if you're actually mailing them the sample, be sure to let the person know that their sample is on its way. Get them excited, text them, call them, email them, let them know that it's coming, and maybe even share them a teaser video. The idea is to keep it top of mind. Get them excited so that when that product comes in the mail, they're going to be eager and excited to want to take it. Step number three, we talked about this already. You want to set the right expectations. Share the what to expect PDF if you're maybe doing the Tri-Synergizer. Remind them to take water, drink plenty of water, and to make sure that they take it with food. Just again, setting the right expectations with taking the product as well as what they may or may not feel, okay? Step number four, confirm that they got the sample and ask them, when do you plan on using it realistically? And that's simply so that you can follow up with them when you know that they've had a chance to use the product, so you don't feel that you're chasing them down or badgering them, all right? Because that's not what this is about. This is supposed to be fun. And then last but not least, again, we need to ask or follow up, what did they like best? What was their favorite flavor for the Axio? How soon would they like to place an order? These is a simple step-by-step process that if you apply this to each person that you are sharing samples with, I assure you that you're going to be excited, you're going to be proud of the efforts and the activity that you're doing, and you're probably going to find some sales along the way to go ahead and help grow your business. And you may not realize this or not, but 70% of the distributors were once customers themselves. All right, so there you have it, everybody. The power of sampling, the do's and don'ts, things to consider, how not to break the bank, as well as a step-by-step. So I hope you found value in this training. Feel free to go ahead and share this with others that can benefit from it. But until next time, take care.